Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Friday Night SmackDown. We are here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And we are ready to begin Friday Night SmackDown. And what a way to begin. We're going to go ahead and start off with Carmelo Hayes and his United States Open Challenge. So let's go ahead and bring out the champion. Him, Carmelo Hayes, has begun this Open Challenge, has already had 2 successful title defenses when it comes to this Open Challenge. 3 in total within the title reign. He defended this title against Jimmy Uso as Jimmy got a rematch for this title that he once held. That happened at WrestleMania. Then at the SmackDown after WrestleMania, Carmelo Hayes began the Open Challenge in order to bring some honor back to not only the title, but also a bit of a tribute to the greatest of all time, John Cena. And Carmelo Hayes issued his first Open Challenge. Damian Priest answered. And even though it was a bit of a war, that's been kind of the norm with these matches. There are wars, there are literal battles to try to leave with the United States Championship. Even though it was a war, it was Carmelo Hayes who was able to go ahead and leave as champion. But he didn't finish there last week. Leon Slater was the man who went ahead and answered the Open Challenge. And still, nothing. Carmelo Hayes was still able to win as he calls out the Open Challenge once again. And it's going to be his former mentor, The Miz, is going to go ahead and accept the Open Challenge. Of course, The Miz used to be a big mentor of Carmelo Hayes. Honestly, he probably didn't help him all that much. Carmelo Hayes didn't receive any, positive impact or any, good results until he left The Miz's side. But nevertheless, they have their history. They have some respect for each other. They had a final matchup against each other. The Miz said it was to kind of prove that Carmelo Hayes was ready to be on his own. Well, it was kind of like a butt whooping from Carmelo Hayes. But here tonight, answering the Open Challenge, maybe wants to, catch up with his former student, even though the student really didn't learn nothing from him. But hey, doesn't matter. Anybody can go ahead and answer the Open Challenge. And here tonight, it is going to be awesome. The Miz answering the Open Challenge. This is what we have in our opening matchup here tonight. Carmelo Hayes, the United States Champion, puts his title on the line in an Open Challenge, and it is The Miz who has gone ahead and accepted this Open Challenge. Carmelo Hayes has done a very good job of, doing good within the matches. You're coming into this match not knowing who your opponent is going to be. You come in here unprepared, in the sense that you don't know who or what to expect from your opponent until you see them, and then kind of just gotta, think about something in the moment. On the other hand, The Miz, since last week, he could have been like, yeah, I'm gonna accept that he has a whole week of preparation if he decides, he wants. I mean, there could be someone in the back that's been watching since day one that's just waiting for the perfect moment, studying Carmelo Hayes. So, that's the big disadvantage for Carmelo Hayes. For the moment, he's had 2 successful title defenses. One against Damian Priest, one against Leon Slater. Can he go ahead and get a third here tonight against The Miz? His former mentor. It was more like, Carmelo Hayes taking care of The Miz. But whatever. We are going to go ahead and begin this first matchup of the night. United States Championship Open Challenge. And these two just feeling in the moment, just a little stare down between former students and former mentor, talking it out and realizing you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not sure if they, necessarily would have the best relationship or whatnot, but hey, they still have enough respect for each other to be able to, split off and go into their separate ways without too much problems. As we go ahead and begin this matchup, we have some back and forth action. Carmelo Hayes, The Miz, opening up Friday Night SmackDown here in Colorado as Carmelo Hayes, The Miz, returning favors, back and forth. Carmelo Hayes with a big smack. Who's going to win this little back and forth, and who will leave here tonight as the United States Champion? As Carmelo Hayes with a big boot to the face of The Miz, dropping him, and now looking for the pinfall. Can he win the match here? 1. And only a kick out at 1 by Carmelo Hayes, as now, quick roll-up by The Miz. 1. And now Carmelo going to switch things around, pinfall. And now 1, and no, before 1, The Miz is able to get up, and now he's going to look to roll up Carmelo Hayes. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Carmelo Hayes. Of course, I've been saying a lot of, Carmelo didn't learn a lot about, anything with The Miz. But I guess the one thing he did learn is just how The Miz operates, how he moves, and I guess The Miz kind of did the same, was able to kind of learn a little bit more about Carmelo. So I guess in this match they do know each other a little. Again, probably, Carmelo since then has improved a lot more as he's able to become United States Champion. So Miz may still be struggling, but point is, they might have at least a slight idea of how to beat one another, of each other's weaknesses and strengths, and how to use that to their own advantage rather than their opponent's advantage, as The Miz was trying to look for the pinfall here, but a quick kick out at 1 by Carmelo Hayes. And now The Miz looking to grab Carmelo, picking him up, looking to drop him back first onto the mat. May have made some connection there, some impact with the turnbuckle. And now The Miz off of the middle ropes, looking to fly. Carmelo Hayes catches him, powerbomb into the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 1 by The Miz. As Carmelo Hayes now with some big right fist straight onto the face of The Miz. Carmelo now gonna look to fly, looking to show The Miz how it's done. Big elbow drop onto The Miz. And The Miz, big damage taken from him as Carmelo Hayes awaits a slow rising Miz. He is sent straight into the turnbuckle. Carmelo Hayes with a clothesline. The Miz drops straight onto the floor. Carmelo now gonna look to fly once again, and a big frog splash into the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by The Miz as this match continues. And Carmelo now being countered, knee to the face by The Miz, allowing him to escape the hold of Carmelo Hayes. Now picking up Carmelo, doing some damage using his knee as a source of weaponry. And now looking to pick up Carmelo Hayes. Boot to the face, boot to the chest, boot to the face, boot to the face, and finish it off. And now The Miz is in control, and he may be able to win the match right here, right now. No, Carmelo Hayes is still in this. He is able to counter, looking for the missile drop kick. The Miz is able to swipe him away, at least for a bit, as Carmelo Hayes sends The Miz straight into the turnbuckle. Now looking for the finish. Carmelo Hayes connects with the, what does he call it? A trick shot? No, that's Trick Williams. I forgot what he calls this move, but Carmelo Hayes able to connect, now targeting the right arm of The Miz. The Miz still able to fight back, escaping the hold of Carmelo Hayes once again, as The Miz now rushes Carmelo straight into the turnbuckle, smacking his face while he's at it. And now Carmelo Hayes is back onto the defensive side. He's going to have to try to find an escape from here, because The Miz is, a bit of an adrenaline rush from Carmelo Hayes out of nowhere, getting a second wind. This man has stamina like crazy. Now sends The Miz flying outside of the ring. He was just getting beat up and beat down, and then out of nowhere, he just gets a second wind. And now Carmelo Hayes gonna look to climb the top ropes. Carmelo gonna look to make a big impact onto The Miz. Frog splash on the outside of the floor. And The Miz is in trouble. Carmelo, almost like a reawakening, has been rejuvenated. Sends The Miz back inside of the ring. And Carmelo Hayes very well may be able to put this match away here. As Carmelo Hayes, off of the top rope, is going to look for the nothing but net. This is it. Carmelo Hayes, and The Miz counters. dropping Carmelo and doing more damage to him than he would have taken. And now instead the Miz into the submission hold, looking to become the United States Champion. Carmelo Hayes is hanging on, but the Miz is squeezing tightly. This is very tricky for Carmelo Hayes, but look, he's finding a way to escape, and the Miz in agony. Now's gonna have to let go in order to escape, and he does. Carmelo Hayes keeps this match alive, and now Carmelo Hayes with a DDT onto the Miz. Now, the United States Champion back onto the attack, big left fist, straight onto the face of the Miz, using the ropes to get a little charge up right there. He decides maybe not. Gonna climb the top ropes, frog splash, and makes a big connection right there, targeting the left arm of the Miz. And now gonna look for the final blow. Connects, and that's gotta be it. Carmelo Hayes to retain his championship. 2, 3, and there it is. What a matchup. Surprisingly, the Miz gave up a very good fight. Carmelo Hayes, it wasn't an easy challenge for him, but nevertheless, he got things done. Both men had opportunities to go ahead and leave with the United States Championship here tonight. But I think in the end, it was the determination from Carmelo Hayes as he stayed disciplined. He escaped that submission hold, and then he was able to pin the Miz for the 1, the 2, the 3, and just like that, Carmelo Hayes, 4th successful title defense in this reign, 3rd in the Open Challenge. And we open up Friday Night SmackDown here in Colorado saying Carmelo Hayes is still the United States Champion. Congratulations to him. We must now move on forward. We have the American Nightmare. He's going to respond to Randy Orton's stipulation. If he accepts, he'll get his match at Backlash. However, in that match, if he loses, he can never challenge as long as Randy is champion. Let's hear him out. Randy, my good friend, I hate to say it, but I gotta call things as they are. You are a bit of a wuss. You want to set the stipulation so that I can never challenge again? If I lose, fine. I accept, because this is a promise, Randy. At Backlash, I will become a 3-time world champion. And Cody Rhodes has gone ahead and accepted the stipulation. So officially confirmed for Backlash. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. If Cody loses, he can never challenge for the WWE Championship as long as Randy is champion. Other matches confirmed for our first PLE of Season 2. We have Jade Cargill facing off against Naomi. And then we also have Oba Femi versus Rusev Intercontinental Championship. Roxanne Perez versus Ivy Nile for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then Gunther versus Goldberg, with Goldberg's career on the line if he loses. That is what we have so far for our first PLE of Season 2 of My Universe Backlash. And after tonight, we'll have one Raw and one SmackDown before then, so maybe we can confirm a couple more matches within next week. But for now, we move on to some women's singles action. Up first, making her main roster in SmackDown debut, Ren Sinclair is here. She has made the move to the main roster, and she has no easy challenge ahead of her. She is facing the former Intercontinental Champion, the very first of them all, Lara Valkyrie, who through the WWE draft moved over to the Blue Brand to SmackDown. Lara also making her, I guess, re-debut. First time we've seen her here on SmackDown in quite a bit. And she will be making her debut here tonight against Ren Sinclair. Both women basically making a debut. However, Lara has a bigger advantage. A former Intercontinental Champion coming in with a little bit more confidence, a lot more experience in main roster. She spent a good time over on Raw. She's battled for IC titles. She's battled #1 contenders matches, faced future Hall of Famers like Becky Lynch, Bayley, so on and so forth. So Lyra definitely coming into this match as the favorite, and Ren Sinclair by far the underdog in this matchup. But we'll see how things go here on some women's singles action. Lyra Valkyrie, Ren Sinclair, our next matchup. Who will walk out as the winner of this match? We'll go ahead and find out as this match has officially begun. Lyra starting off hot. Ren Sinclair not showing any nerves as she quickly attacks Lyra. Lyra doesn't seem too happy about that. Quickly gonna throw in the suplex onto Ren Sinclair. Now looking for the pinfall. Can she win the match? 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Ren Sinclair. And already we see some shock and a bit of disappointment from Lyra. Maybe she thought Ren Sinclair was going to be a lot easier to beat, as Ren Sinclair able to move out of the way of the missile drop kick from Lyra Valkyrie right there. Ren Sinclair with an opportunity now to get onto the attack. We have some back and forth action here between these two women. Ren Sinclair, Lyra Valkyrie. Who will be able to win this little back and forth, and who will leave this match as the winner? As Lyra prevents Ren Sinclair. Ren Sinclair returning the favor. Now Lyra, who seems to have a slight advantage here. Lyra may be able to put this away. No, they keep going. Never mind. Now she does. Big smacks. More. A couple kicks. And just Ren Sinclair being overstimulated by so much damage. As now Lyra Valkyrie. Oh, Ren Sinclair still standing. A very good job from Ren, showcasing her talents, her skills here tonight in front of the WWE Universe, and so forth. She is stepping up to the challenge now, countering Lyra. A reverse DDT drops Lyra onto the mat. And now Ren Sinclair gonna look to climb the top ropes. At the very top, she's gonna look to fly as Lyra slowly climbing up. Double axe handle connects as Ren looking for the pinfall. 1. And a kick out at 1. Quickly, Lyra gets up. Ren Sinclair meets her with a missile drop kick straight to the face. Looks for the pinfall once again. 1. And another kick out at 1 by Lyra Valkyrie. As Ren Sinclair not finished, though, she is now charging something up. Lyra Valkyrie may be in trouble. No! Lyra is able to counter. Instead, Ren Sinclair going to be hit by another suplex. Also making some contact there with the ropes, and these are no soft ropes. Those are freaking wired down, so extra damage being done to Ren Sinclair there. As now Lyra wants to put an end to this match, and that may be it for Ren Sinclair. 1, 2, 3. What the heck? Look at Ren Sinclair here on her debut. And not only has she been doing some good damage, not only has she just countered Lyra, kicking out of that and showing that she may be a rookie, but she has that level. Do not underestimate her, because she is doing phenomenally here. Elbow drop straight onto the face of Lyra. And now picking up Lyra. Lyra is able to counter. Ren Sinclair still standing though, as Lyra sends Ren straight into the top left turnbuckle. Now Lyra looks to send her face first, doing some damage onto the back of Ren as well. Now switching her over, targeting the stomach. And now Lyra, dropping Ren Sinclair onto the mats. And now Lyra, what is she looking to do? Okay, possum pin by Ren Sinclair, who may win the match. Oh, kick out before 1 by Lyra. However, that was a good opportunity. And now Ren Sinclair with more opportunity to get onto the attack as Ren Sinclair. Oh my days, Lyra may be out. Is this enough? 1, 2, Lyra Valkyrie able to kick out just before 3. Now countering Ren Sinclair. Ren, who has done so good in this matchup, but Lyra just still been able to kick out at everything Ren has thrown at her. Both of these women still in this matchup, still hanging on, still fighting it out. Lyra in control though, as she sends Ren Sinclair into the turnbuckle. Now looks to pick her up, slam her down, and Lyra is gonna look for the finish here. Lyra Valkyrie. Oh, it's a slow rising Ren Sinclair. Lyra slips, and she misses Ren Sinclair. Lyra was looking for the finish there, and while she's able to get the missile drop kick on the second time, she was looking for the final nail in the coffin, not able to get it done. And Lyra's going to have to try something else. Now dragging Ren Sinclair away. And now trying to pick her up, trying to do some more damage onto her. As Lyra may be able to win the matchup right here. And oh, she is stunned. Ren Sinclair may be out. Oh, Lyra's not going to look for the pinfall. She wants to look for that finish. She failed the first time as she slipped. Wants to try it again and go ahead and beats Ren Sinclair. Now waiting slow rising Ren Sinclair once again. Lyra looking for the finish, and oh, she slips once again. I'm not sure if Ren has some oils or lotion or something on her, but Lyra is just slipping off of her body. I mean, even if she did have lotion or something, Ren has a undershirt on, so I'm not sure what the difficulty here is for Lyra, but she slips for a second time off of the shoulders of Ren Sinclair. Gonna try for the third. Can third time be the charm for Lyra Valkyrie here tonight to secure the victory? Yes, she can. She connects the third time, and that's gonna be it. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Lyra Valkyrie gets the victory. It was a great show from Ren Sinclair, who held on, but towards the end, it was the experience and, just more wisdom from Lyra Valkyrie, which was able to go ahead and get her the victory. Lyra still had to fight very strong and a very good matchup coming from a rookie. So congrats to Ren Sinclair. What a great introduction to the WWE Universe, but at the end of the day, it was Lyra Valkyrie who was able to go ahead and get that finisher after the third time, but nevertheless able to get it done and pin Ren for the 1, 2, 3. And I see in the replay Ren is bleeding from her head, so Lyra definitely showing no mercy in this matchup, but Lyra is here, officially part of the Blue Brand, officially here on SmackDown, and she starts off with a bang. Starting off with a victory, and I just realized Lyra has the opportunity to become the first woman to hold both the Women's IC and United States Championship. There could be something for her in the near future. But for now, congratulations to Lyra on that incredible victory. We now going to go ahead and move on into some tag team action. Introducing first the scary, creepy, crawly Wyatt Six. We have Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, accompanied by Eric Rowan, Uncle Howdy, and unfortunately my least favorite because of how scary she is, Nikki Cross, former world champion, by the way. They're coming out here for some tag team action. I believe they're facing Los Garza, Angel and But here tonight, the Wyatt Six coming out, looking build their way up to maybe some gold, of course, over on Raw. Tree branch of the Wyatt family, the Lost Souls, Eric Rowan, Shinsuke Nakamura have held World Tag Team titles before previously and are definitely in contention, constantly fighting for those championships. But I've not found that same success here with Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, at least not yet, but maybe a win here tonight can start rolling them and redirecting them into the right direction to eventually go ahead and fight for some title gold here on SmackDown as Uncle Howdy coming out with the rest of the Wyatt Six. It's a big, almost like a family tree that they have. Of course, the original Wyatt family with Bray Wyatt, may he rest in peace. You had Eric Rowan be a part of that. You even had Braun Strowman. I forgot the other guy's name. Luke Harper, may he also rest in peace. Then it moves into, you had kind of like a honorary Randy Orton, Bryan Danielson, also known as Daniel Bryan. Kind of John Cena for a bit. It was kind of like, I forgot what they called them. You had Alexa Bliss. By the way, Alexa Bliss, who we have not seen since she's lost the Women's World Championship. I don't think we've seen her. Maybe at the Royal Rumble, but since then have not seen much from her. The point is, it's a growing family, and as much as they seem lost, as much as they seem broken, they do have one another to rely on, so at least there's a positive in there. But now, their opponents here tonight, representing El Legado del Fantasma, Angel Humberto Los Garza. Here, surprisingly, not coming out with Santos. coming out alone. That puts them at a disadvantage. Of course, the Wyatt 6 numbers game-wise. Big advantage. You got Uncle Howdy, Eric Rowan, and Nikki Cross in your corner. You can go ahead and try to distract the referee or remove a padding off at the turnbuckle. Do something to give you that slight boost. On the other hand, Angel and Berto coming out here alone. They only have themselves to rely on, but let's see if they can get it done here tonight. As Los Garza face off against the Wyatt 6 in some tag team action. Up next. And later tonight, we will be seeing some more debuts over on the men's action. We will be seeing the AAA Latin American champion, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. in action. We will be hearing from Bianca Belair and I guess Lash Legend as well. And in the main event, we have a nice little number 1 contenders match, and we can talk about that later as this match goes ahead and begins. It is Angel and Dexter Lumis who begin this match for us. And, of course, their respective teammates. For Dexter Lumis, it's Joe Gacy. And for Angel, it is Berto. This match has begun tag team action. And with this tag team division, the way it's so hot, both on Raw and SmackDown, you get a couple wins going. You know, you start looking good. You still got to compete. Because, you know, back in the day, it could be like, you know, you simply beat one team, you get a tag title opportunity. And sure, when it's a number 1 contenders match, you can do that. But if you're just starting from zero, kind of like these two teams are kind of doing, you got to win and win a lot. And then if you stumble, you almost get sent back down to zero. Point is, the tag team divisions are super competitive these days, so a victory here tonight is very crucial for both teams to be able to go ahead and continue to potentially search for the for the WWE tag team titles. So we'll see what these two teams are able to go ahead and produce here tonight, and who will be able to go ahead and walk away with the victory as Berto, nice and early, looking for the pinfall, kick out at 1 by Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis quickly gets up, now looks to grab Berto, sending him straight into the turnbuckle. Tag made onto Joe Gacy as these two looking to combine. Joe Gacy flying with a big shoulder tackle, dropping Berto, now targeting the left leg of Berto. The nice damage there, and looking for the pinfall. Can he get the victory here? Almost. But a kick out at 2 from Berto as this match continues. But Joe Gacy's attack onto Berto continue as well. Berto is able to counter right there, preventing Joe Gacy from continuing his attack at least for a moment, as Joe Gacy now sends Berto onto the ropes. Joe Gacy maybe was not expecting Berto to come in so quickly. He still continues his attack, however, as Joe Gacy now looking to use the ropes to dismantle the leg of Berto, making sure that he won't be able to walk for the next couple of weeks, and still Berto able to move out of the way. And a missile drop kick, onto Joe Gacy. And even though he just got his legs all bruised up and hurt, he's still using them like an acrobatic as he looks for the pinfall. Kick out at 1 by Joe Gacy very quickly, not giving Berto the satisfaction of even hearing a 2 count. And now Berto off of the top ropes with a double X handle, gonna look for the pinfall once again. 1, 2, and another kick out from Joe Gacy, as Berto seems a little disappointed with that. He thought he had Joe Gacy finished, but definitely gonna have to do a lot more if he wants to go ahead and win the match here tonight. Joe Gacy now onto the attack, backbreaker onto Berto, as now Joe Gacy picks up Berto, looks to grab him, sends him straight into the turnbuckle. Maybe looking to connect here with Dexter Lumis. No, Berto able to go in ahead and prevent that from happening. Instead, Berto wants to put an end to this smash slam down onto the mat, into the pinfall. That is it. No. Joe Gacy able to go ahead and kick out, and this match continues. I thought Berto had the match won. Joe Gacy's still in this, and now Joe Gacy is the man on the attack as Joe Gacy uses the ropes to charge up a big boot straight to the face of Berto, who now rolls outside of the ring trying to catch his breath. Joe Gacy doesn't care. He looks to fly off of the top ropes right here. Berto may be in trouble. Berto catches him and switches things around. doing damage onto Joe Gacy instead, as Joe Gacy quickly gets back inside of the ring. However, Berto wants to look for the submission, wants to look to win the match right here. Can he make Joe Gacy tap out? Joe Gacy in a very tricky situation. Look at Dexter Lumis. Realizes that his partner is in serious danger and decides to get inside of the ring in order to break that submission hold quickly. Berto gives him a little receipt for that and tag made onto Angel. However, that was enough time for Joe Gacy to be able to catch his breath in order to recharge. And now a big boot onto the face of Angel as Joe Gacy is still in this match doing some nice damage onto Angel. And Joe Gacy now looking to target the legs of, and stomach of Angel. As Joe Gacy now using the ropes to charge up something big, leg drop. Joe Gacy almost tapped out to submission, and now out of nowhere, all he needed was those couple seconds to go ahead and recharge. And now tag made to a lot more fresh Dexter Lumis, who is sending Angel straight into the turnbuckle. And now Dexter Lumis, oh my days, just freaking choking out Angel, basically closing any air passage. As Angel now, I thought he was going to start crawling towards Berto, trying to look for the tag, but Dexter Lumis quickly interrupted that big slam by Dexter Lumis into the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Dexter Lumis in a bit of shock. That was a big, powerful slam, so I understand why he may be like, what the heck? How did that happen? But nevertheless, this match continues as now Angel being sent straight into the turnbuckle. Tag made once again to Joe Gacy. These two going to look to combine as Angel is sent flying. Joe Gacy cracking his neck, giving the sign that this is over, as Angel was just about to start crawling to Berto, looking for that tag, but Joe Gacy realized that quickly and quickly interrupted before a tag was made. This is very smart, targeting only one person, and now, Joe Gacy gonna look for a super powerbomb here, a big slam. 1, 2, 3, and that is enough to beat Angel, knocking all the wind out of him. Just targeting one person, not being able to tag in Berto, and just constantly being freaking beat up and beat down, and topping it all off with a freaking powerful splash, almost like a tsunami. Able to get things done. The Wyatt Six have beaten Los Garza in this matchup here tonight. As we take a look back, both men of Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, Berto, and Angel, they had their moments, but I do think on Los Garza's side, it was Berto who honestly carried for Los Garza's towards the end. Angel was literally just like a test dummy who was just taking damage and was just awaiting his end. And that eventually came after a ginormous splash by Joe Gacy, and just like that, the Wyatt Six celebrate this victory. Uncle Howdy, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, congratulations, as they may be near some tag team gold here on SmackDown. Congratulations to them. As for now, we must move on. It is time to hear from Lash Legend. Last time we saw her, she was trying to interrupt a Women's United States Championship title defense. Let's see what she has to say. Let's go ahead and hear her out. Charlotte Flair, I'm gonna make this short and simple. You do not deserve to be United States Champion. You deserve to sit at a retirement home away from the WWE. So how about you give me... so you want to be ranting your mouth about me? Let me guess, Slash. You want a title opportunity? You want a shot to face me? Let's do it. But it won't be any ordinary match. It's gonna be a TLC match for my Women's United States Championship next week, Lash. What do you say? Perfect, Charlotte. I'll see you then. Now look at this. Things unraveling, very quickly. This Lash Legend was about to come out here, talking some Matt Raw, saying, Charlotte Flair, you got to go to the retirement home think she was about to ask for a title match. Well, before she could even finish her sentence, it was Charlotte Flair who came out and said, "You want a match? You got it." So confirmed for next week on SmackDown, it will be Charlotte Flair versus Lash Legend for the Women's United States Championship. Not a regular match, though. It's going to be a table, ladders, and chair match. TLC. That's to come next week. But for now, we focus on our next match. We got some men's singles action, and look at this. We got a debut. The former NXT North American Champion, former NXT Champion, the Absolute. This is a revolution. Ricky Saints is here. Officially part of the main roster. Officially part of SmackDown. And if my memory serves me correct, Ricky Saints did already have a small patch here in the main roster. Let me go ahead and check this. Been on the main roster. I believe he has been previously. It might have been under a different name. Let me go ahead and check all my resources out real quick. So yes, Ricky Saints did have a little couple appearances within the WWE previously, usually as an extra backstage. He had a tag team match over on SmackDown, did some stuff in NXT in 2016, eventually left the company, kind of made a name for himself in a rival company, joined back and did really good over on NXT, and now he's made the move up to the main roster here on SmackDown, and here tonight, he faces off against Aleister Black. This is going to be no easy task for Ricky Saints. Aleister Black is, he got that MMA background. He's got that Muay Thai. He's got karate. He knows these crazy moves. His legs are strong as steel. His kicks are insane. It's going to be a difficult matchup for Ricky Saints. But however, as I was previously mentioning, Ricky Saints, former North American and NXT champion. So Aleister Black is not coming in here just facing any regular rookie. Ricky Saints knows what it takes to be champion. Has been champion. Has defended his title against the best of the best. Has beaten the ruler Obafemi before. Not many can say that as far as the universe here on the channel has ever existed. Only one loss has been given to Obafemi. Only one person has beaten Obafemi. That is Ricky Saints. And if he pulls in that same Ricky Saints that was able to beat Obafemi, whether it was a fluke or not, if he can pull that out here tonight, he can surely get the victory against Aleister Black. So we'll see how things go as our next matchup. Aleister Black versus Ricky Saints. As I mentioned earlier, we will still be seeing the AAA Latin American Champion, El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. in action later tonight. We will also be hearing from the EST, Bianca Belair, later tonight. And in the main event, we have a number one contenders matchup for the WWE Championship. That is right. Whoever wins the match in the main event here tonight will face the winner of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton at Backlash. Whoever wins from there leaves as champion has to face the winner of tonight's main event match. A fatal four-way. You guys are, not going to want to miss that out, as Ricky Saints was looking for the quick roll-up, trying to get a very quick victory here. However, Aleister Black is able to go ahead and kick out, and very early we have some back-and-forth action in this matchup. Ricky Saints, Aleister Black is Ricky Saints. Technically makes his main roster debut. He wasn't the star he is today. Back when he was on the main roster, and NXT just wasn't what it was either. I don't even know if NXT really existed when he had his couple tag team matches over on SmackDown previously. So point is, he has been in the main roster before, but he wasn't the man he was. A lot like Drew McIntyre. Previously, he won the IC title, but he still wasn't the same level. Now, as he came back, he's been able to become a world champion, and Ricky Saints is going to try to follow in that same sort of plan. Talking about Drew McIntyre, he will be one of the 4 contestants in the main event here tonight, battling it out for the number one contendership. The winner of the main event here tonight will face the winner of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton at Backlash. Well, the match won't happen at Backlash, but whoever wins between Cody and Randy. And that match is happening at Backlash. We've already confirmed a lot of matches for that PLE, the very first PLE of Season 2 here of My Universe. Of course, the one we've been talking about, the one that got confirmed here tonight, is Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. A rematch of what happened at WrestleMania. However, this time, rather than Cody walking in as champ, it is Randy who walks in as champ. If Cody Rhodes loses this matchup, he will not be able to challenge for the WWE Championship as long as Cody is champion. So lots at risk for Cody, because Randy could go ahead and very well and hold that title until he retires, which could be all of this year and then another year or so. Right? We're not sure how long Randy plans on staying, but he could be for a little, be here for a couple more years. So that would be very bad for Cody to lose. We also have Jade Cargill in her first title defense since winning the Women's WWE Championship at WrestleMania. She goes ahead and faces off against Naomi as they battle it out for the Women's WWE Championship. We're hearing from Bianca Belair later tonight, the former champion. She lost to Jade Cargill originally at WrestleMania for that title. Maybe she has a little take on this matchup of what's to come. She still has her rematch clause, so we'll go ahead and hear her out later tonight. And then what's also been confirmed is Obafemi, the Intercontinental Champion, will defend his title against Rusev. That is right, Obafemi versus Rusev for the Intercontinental Championship match confirmed. As well as the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line as Roxanne Perez defends her title against Ivy Nile. That has been confirmed. And the final matchup that has been confirmed for now is Goldberg, who puts his career on the line against the career killer, against the ring general Gunther. As Goldberg tries to, humble down Gunther and show him a bit of a lesson, while also potentially just feeding his ego that much more. And those are the matches we have confirmed thus far for the first PLE of Season 2 of My Universe Backlash. And we still got a week until then, so maybe we can confirm some more as Ricky Saints may be looking to put an end to this match. Aleister Black may be out. That may be it. 1, 2, 3, and it is Ricky Saints. I guess welcome back to the main roster. Welcome back to SmackDown. A new, more improved, more evolved version of Ricky Saints. I'll still say in his, re-debut. Able to get the victory here tonight against Aleister Black, instantly making a statement to all of the WWE Universe and the WWE roster that Ricky Saints is here. He isn't here to play jokes. He's here for checks and championships. Is here in his first matchup. Able to get a victory over Aleister Black. Gets the job finished. Congratulations to the absolute Ricky Saints. Is here in his, I still don't know if you call it a whatever. Point is, back here on SmackDown. Gets the victory. A new version of him coming back. Former North American champion, former NXT champion, and we'll definitely be looking for gold here on the main roster as well. As next up, I've been talking about this. I did say we would be saying the AAA Latin American champion in action. And that match is up next as we have El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., the AAA Mega Champion. I believe now 2 or 3 time champion. Was able to originally beat All Ego Ethan Page for this title. And while he, since then returned to AAA and kind of returned this title to AAA, he's also on a dual contract like Mr. Iguana, where he'll still make, a couple appearances here and there here on SmackDown. As I'm checking my sources, yes, now a 2-time AAA Latin American champion, but he's on a dual contract, so he does spend a good majority of his time over on AAA, but we will see him here and there defending his title and whatnot here on WWE territory on SmackDown, as he does here tonight. El Hijo the Dr. Wagner Jr. in action here tonight, and his opponent was looking to bring some gold to his group, to his faction, to the MFTs, as his opponent is J.C. Mateo. I believe this is the first time we see J.C. Mateo in action. I believe so. Here on the channel, he's usually just been almost like a bodyguard for Solo Sikoa, just some extra meat. Maybe getting involved in matches, being in the corner of the Tonga Bros or Solo Sikoa, but I believe this is his first matchup here on the channel, so even though he's been here for a while, making his in-ring debut, J.C. Mateo, and what an opportunity it would be for him if he wins here tonight. Imagine someone from the MFTs holding AAA gold. That seems kind of odd, but it's definitely capable of happening if J.C. Mateo can get the victory here tonight. He not only already would get a victory over El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., but, he would be able to make the case that, hey, he deserves an opportunity at that title. So, we'll go ahead and have to see how things go here for J.C. Mateo as he faces off against the AAA Latin American champion, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. This, our next matchup here tonight. And following this, we will be hearing from Bianca Belair. Following that, we have our main event, the number one contenders matchup for the WWE Championship. Of course, we already announced that it would be Drew McIntyre being one of the four who will be in that matchup. We will also be having the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, in that matchup. Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov. Those four battling it out for the number one contenders. I guess the number one contendership to the WWE Championship. And whoever wins that match will also definitely keep a very close eye on the match at Backlash, because whoever wins between Cody and Randy at Backlash, whoever leaves champion after St. Louis Backlash, by the way, that's where Randy's from, so an extra motivation from him. Whoever leaves there as champion will then have to face the winner of tonight's main event, who will become the number one contender. Is for now, we focus on this match, Dr. Wagner Jr., J.C. Mateo, who will be able to come out on top and leave as the winner here tonight, as J.C. Mateo sent straight into the corner, clothesline quickly by El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. And Dr. Wagner Jr. not done yet, as, oh, never mind, he has countered J.C. Mateo instead. The man on the attack now. J.C. Mateo here looking for an elbow drop, is able to connect now. Dr. Wagner Jr. having to crawl away in the corner. J.C. Mateo using the ropes to charge up a big knee to the face of El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. As now he has given... He has been given enough time to recharge, and now El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. able to switch things around, as now he's the man on the attack, as a big boot right there to J.C. Mateo. And El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. is not finished yet, as he looks to do some more damage, sending J.C. Mateo straight into the corner. However, J.C. Mateo countering, looking for the finish, and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. may be out. 1, 2, 3. Only 2. I was about to count the 3, but El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. still able to escape, able to get the job done, and he is still in this, now battling, now fighting, as he drops J.C. Mateo, getting a second win, almost like how we saw with Carmelo Hayes, and now, J.C. Mateo may be in trouble. That is gonna be it. Big frog splash, 1, 2, and no, J.C. Mateo still able to kick out. However, Dr. Wagner Jr. is looking for the final blow here, wanting to put J.C. Mateo away. Is this it? 1, 2, and no, J.C. Mateo still in the match. Oh my days, how has he managed that? Able to kick out. J.C. Mateo still in this matchup. And now may be able to win the match, as El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. is in trouble. JC Mateo awaits him as he slowly rises, sends him flying. JC Mateo showing his power and his strength, but Dr. Wagner Jr. still able to counter and may finish off the match here. That's gotta be it. There is no way he kicks out of this. 1, 2, and no, what the heck? What the hell is JC Mateo made out of? And now look who is here. Tonga Loa trying to help JC Mateo get the victory. While JC Mateo has been kicking out of everything that Wagner has been throwing at him, this is the good opportunity to know Dr. Wagner Jr. able to still counter. I was about to say, good opportunity to finally get onto the attack rather than just being on the receiving end. But almost like he has spidey senses, Dr. Wagner Jr. is still going to be able to secure the victory. There is no way he kicks out. Please tell me there's no way. There it is, finally. Dr. Wagner III able to get the job done, but damn, JC Mateo held on strong. And almost towards the end, with the help of Tonga Loa, could have stolen the victory. But a sixth sense from Dr. Wagner Jr. allowed him to go ahead and counter and still secure the victory here tonight. JC Mateo held out strong. He could have won the match, but at the end of the day, it was the AAA Latin American champion who secured the victory after a big splash, pinning JC Mateo 1, 2, and 3. That is it. And the Latin American champion, the AAA Latin American champion. We don't see him too often, but when we do, it is absolute bangers like this one. He will leave back to AAA, back to Mexico, knowing that he just pulled off an incredible matchup here tonight. And he leaves still knowing that there is no one here within the WWE that is ready to challenge him. Well, next up, we have the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair. She has something she wants to say. Let's go ahead and hear her out. Jade, Naomi, whoever it is that leaves Backlash as the Women's WWE Champion, I don't care. I'm here to announce that I will be using my rematch clause as soon as I find out who the winner is. So no matter who it is, I will be coming after my title. Good luck, ladies. And Bianca Belair announcing that she will be keeping a very close eye on the matchup at Backlash between Jade Cargill and Naomi for the Women's WWE Championship. Bianca has claimed that she will use her rematch clause no matter who the champion is to go ahead and, well, get a rematch and try to regain the Women's WWE Championship that she held for the later end of the season number 1. I really don't know how the match is going to go. I feel like it is very mixed. It could go straight into a new title reign for Naomi, or it could be their first successful title defense for Jade. Nevertheless, winner of that match has to go already into worrying about Bianca Belair. So we'll see how those things unfold, as next weekend we will be having the very first PLE of season number 2 of My Universe Backlash St. Louis. So make sure you guys tune in. As here for now, we have the main events of the night. Up first, already inside of the ring, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, is here. And his opponents from Canada, former World Heavyweight Champion, 3-time IC title champion, Sami Zayn, officially part of the SmackDown brand after losing the Hell in a Cell match against Finn Balor. And now the third challenger, or I guess opponents in this matchup. The Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, is here as he tries to search to new heights and potentially face off against the winner of Randy and Cody for the WWE Championship. The Samoan Werewolf, the third man in this matchup. And then the fourth and final one, as long as everything's according to my script, just because, hey, you know, your boy be getting some stuff wrong every once in a while. Let's go ahead and wait till he comes out just to confirm. The fourth and final one is, yes, it is, the Man Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. Already got an opportunity at the WWE Championship previously against Cody Rhodes right before WrestleMania. And while it was a heck of a matchup, he was unfortunately not able to become WWE Champion. Ilya Dragunov had beaten Cody Rhodes prior to that match. Then Cody beat John Cena for the title, and then Ilya got a title shot for beating Cody before he won the title, but then Ilya lost. The point is, here he is tonight trying to earn another opportunity at the WWE Championship. All four men battling it out. Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf, and the Man Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. Fatal 4-way, the main event of the night. Winner of this match will become the number one contender to the WWE Championship and will face the winner of Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. So, sure, both Cody and Randy also have their eyes on this match. And then the winner of this match will be watching Backlash very carefully to study both Randy and Cody. And whoever comes out on top, they'll be able to have some information to be able to use on them, as my eyes are going to be all over the place for this matchup. So before anything, I want to go ahead and apologize if I go ahead and miss any big moments, if I, stumble over my words, if I accidentally say the wrong name, if I make the wrong call. It's going to be a lot with four men of this level battling it out. So it's going to be difficult for me. Just understand, and I apologize in advance, as all four superstars inside of the ring. I see Jacob Fatu climbing the top ropes, trying to make an impact onto Ilya Dragunov, and he does as he looks for the pinfall here. One. Sami Zayn quickly breaking that up as count is broken at one. Jacob Fatu not done though, as he targets the right arm of Ilya Dragunov. On the other hand, Sami Zayn targeting the body of Drew McIntyre. Maybe he was looking for the submission there, not sure, but Jacob Fatu quickly interrupted as Ilya Dragunov outside of the ring looking to use a kendo stick onto Drew McIntyre potentially, and he does, as Ilya Dragunov beating up Drew McIntyre outside of the ring with the kendo stick. Now takes it inside, trying to use it onto Jacob Fatu, but Jacob counters. Jacob now going to use this kendo stick, returning the favor onto Ilya Dragunov. And that has been broken on him. And now Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre are going to go at it on the outside of the ring. In the meantime, Jacob Fatu is going to look for the pinfall. Can this be it, as everyone else is distracted? Yes, it is. Jacob Fatu has done it. In just a couple of minutes, Jacob Fatu ends this matchup. Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn were so just focused on one another on the outside of the ring, they forgot about the two people inside of the ring. And the only way to win is inside of the ring. Probably should have focused there. Jacob Fatu took advantage of this opportunity, broke a kendo stick on Ilya Dragunov, hit him with a signature move, and pinned him for the 1, the 2, and the 3. And very quickly, Jacob Fatu has won this match, and he will face the winner of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Congratulations to the Samoan Werewolf for becoming the number one contender to the WWE title. And for now, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you all over on Monday Night Raw.